Hey guys, and welcome to another manuscript critique brought to you by Pepperfish Publishing. I'm Hope, and if you enjoy this video, please take a second to like and subscribe and start improving your writing with Pepperfish. Today's manuscript is a dark psychological crime thriller that explores the disturbing origins of a deeply unsettling character. It follows a young boy, Todd Alquist, a name Breaking Bad fans will instantly recognize, in this fan fiction backstory to one of the show's coldest figures. Raised in a violent, neglectful home, Todd survives by shutting down emotionally. But when he falls under the influence of his criminal uncle, we witness the chilling, step-by-step shaping of a mind that becomes frighteningly calm, obedient, and detached from violence. This isn't an action story, it's an origin story focused on psychology, atmosphere, and the slow creation of someone who learns to see brutality as completely normal. As always, this draft was sent in by one of our members, and it was chosen for today's video for a very good reason, so make sure you stay tuned until the end. And if you'd like your own manuscript featured in a future critique, feel free to get in touch. We are already logged into pepperfishpublishing.com, so let's open up the manuscript critique tool and get started. We're using the writing plan, which allows up to 10 critiques per month. With manuscripts of up to 8,000 words each, it's normally $8 with a free cancel anytime trial. But with code 90OFF, you get 90% off, taking it down to just 80 cents per month after the free trial. First, we'll need to select whether the piece is fiction or nonfiction, and choose the genre to ensure the most accurate critique. Then we can paste in the manuscript and hit Critique My Chapter. It'll take a few moments for the analysis to complete, and then your feedback will appear. So let's take a look at what it all means. First up is the overall section. This is telling us that the chapter is emotionally strong and does a great job pulling readers into Todd's world. However, some parts may feel a little slow or unclear at times, which could affect how smoothly it reads. It also suggests that while the characters are interesting, the sense of danger or tension could be pushed further to better match the expectations of a traditional thriller. Next up is the What's Working section. This is highlighting the chapter's strengths. It's telling us that the setting feels very vivid and believable, the main character is psychologically well developed, and the atmosphere creates a strong sense of tension. The dialogue sounds natural and helps reveal personality, especially Jack's threatening nature. It also notes that the story does a good job of hinting at future darkness, using strong imagery to reinforce the bleak tone. Then we move on to what would make a literary agent or publisher pass? Put simply, this is pointing out the potential deal breakers. It's saying some parts of the chapter move too slowly and could be tightened. The tension is more atmospheric than urgent, so the immediate stakes for Todd aren't always clear. Jack also needs more depth and motivation to feel fully developed. Todd's emotional detachment, while intentional, might make it harder for some readers to connect with him. A few elements feel a bit familiar or predictable, and occasionally the action becomes slightly hard to follow. Then we come to the craft notes section. Now, this is basically the nuts and bolts feedback, the technical side of the writing. It's looking at how the story is actually put together, things like the opening hook, pacing, clarity, dialogue, and how well the tension is built. It's saying the opening is good, but could grab the reader faster, some parts could flow more smoothly, and a few character motivations, especially Jack's, could be clearer. It also suggests raising the sense of immediate danger for Todd and tightening some of the dialogue to make it hit harder. Section 5 gives us the market and positioning notes. This is basically about how your manuscript fits into today's publishing landscape. The story clearly signals itself as a thriller, with strong psychological and coming-of-age elements. It would likely appeal to readers who enjoy dark, character-driven stories, especially those focused on difficult family relationships. It also suggests it sits in a similar space to books like Winter's Bone or The Road, which share that same bleak atmosphere and deep character focus. And finally, we have the top 3 next actions. These are basically the most important takeaways, the key things the writer should focus on improving first. It's suggesting that the writer tighten up any slower sections to keep the story moving. Make Todd's immediate risks and dangers clearer so readers feel more invested, and add more depth to Jack's character so his motivations and relationship with Todd feel stronger and more layered. The manuscript readiness score here is 65%, which is actually pretty high for a first draft. Most submissions typically land somewhere around the 50 to 55% mark. What this is basically saying is that the manuscript shows real promise. It has strong atmosphere and interesting character potential, but it still needs solid revision work, particularly around clarity, pacing, and emotional engagement. In simple terms, the foundation is definitely there, but tightening the storytelling and raising the sense of stakes will make it much more compelling for both agents and readers. Now, the reason we chose this critique today is because this manuscript had serious potential. If it had been properly developed, it could easily have been marketed to fans of thriller novels, crime fiction, mafia-style stories, and most importantly, to the huge global audience of Breaking Bad fans. That's a massive built-in market just waiting for more content connected to a world they already love. Unfortunately, the author chose not to revise the draft and instead rushed it onto Amazon KDP in a poorly edited state, clearly aiming for a quick return. What could have been a project with real commercial value ended up generating very little. So if you take one lesson from today's critique, let it be this: writing a book is a long-term investment. It's not about making a quick buck. It's about putting in the time to polish your work so it can reach its full potential. Thanks for watching. And if you'd like to get your own book critiqued for free, head over to pepperfishpublishing.com and click Get Started, where you can choose the free plan with no payment details required. And if you'd like the chance to have your manuscript featured in a future video, you can email us a short synopsis along with a sample chapter at hello@pepperfishpublishing.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.